All right, Coach. So the spring ball really getting going now, and what's sort of your first impressions on how the team's looked and what it feels already?
Well, the team looked good day after spring break. Got 5 in before spring break, and now we're on 7 as we speak today. Love to see a few more offensive linemen show up on campus in the next 30 seconds or so. A little light in that department, numbers-wise. Corners we're down a little bit too, but we're making do. We can't sacrifice, the team for one position. So we're getting creative in how we're approaching things. But our guys have done a really, really good job. We've got a ton of work done. Still fundamentally based. Still implementing stuff. Freshmen are doing things for the first time in their first spring. So a ton of work to do, but excited about kind of where we're headed as we turn ourselves into Friday in a live setting to see what these guys carry into practicing.
So last season not going over all the way that I would have hoped. How can this spring ball sessions and over the next one help set the tone for the team ahead of fall play?
Well, I think the first thing we looked at is kind of being more successful in situational moments consistently. We were delivered a ton of situational moments last year, especially defensively, and it didn't come out on the right end of things. We were probably 10, 12 plays away from turning the record from a 4-8 to 8-4, but that didn't happen. We're 4-8. We didn't rise to the occasion in those pivotal moments. So that's been kind of our agenda in the offseason, is straining to execute, or straining with execution in all 3 phases, really. But it wasn't for lack of effort. But like we always say in the coaching world, don't get effort confused with results. Just because you're playing hard doesn't mean you're playing well. And we've got a ton of studying to do as players, because we're going to have a ton of young ones this year that we're going to count on. That are coming off red shirt that we're excited about. But being bigger and playing bigger in the bigger moments that are going to be presented throughout the season.
So a lot of the players we're talking about, they can see the stark difference and big difference in improvement already being very fast. What have you seen that show for your eyes?
Well, I think chair determines perspective. I'm always going to lean on the side of caution a little bit. Everybody thinks they're having a good day until they're not having a good day. I'm excited about the approach. The evaluation to me goes the entire spring. It's easy to get after a definition of good after 3 or 4 or 5 practices. I think you got to take the whole 15 practice element, the whole spring ball. We got new coaches too, so our coaches are not only getting indoctrinated with the players, but the players are getting indoctrinated with the new coaches. So we still got a ton to improve on, but it's flowed really well through 6. Stayed healthy enough through 6 to keep us going at the clip we need to. But at the end of the day, it's about knowing what we need to be when we get the opportunity to be there. We won't know those things until we get to game 1. As much as we could play, we've had fall camps where offensively, as a position coach or head coach, you're kind of scratching your head going, boy, how's this going to go? And then all of a sudden you get into the season, it goes real well. So it's not a direct indication of how you're going to be, but we're in a good state of mind right now. Everybody's undefeated this time of year, no matter what level or what city you're in or what the weather looks like. Everybody's undefeated, feels good about themselves, but we're doing some really good things, but we've got tons of way to improve.
Is there anything that surprised you about this team so far?
I like good surprises. The surprise of 2 tight ends playing a bunch of the offensive line roles in Monday's practice was huge. That was a good surprise. No one really enjoys, we all endure, but no one really enjoys bad surprises. But the work those tight ends did to fill in for those offensive linemen that we needed to run 11-on-11 drills was second to none. It was fun to watch, selfless in their approach, and actually knew what they were doing. We didn't throw them in situations where they're not going to be successful in. But we're still, again, 6 in, 7 to go, 8 more after this. We still got a lot of evaluation. So hopefully they're surprised at the end of 15 that we feel really, really good about. Not surprised Jared Taylor can throw the football. He's thrown the football since he stepped on campus. He stepped up his leadership role in the QB1 position. And excited about a few of these groups that have a little bit more veteran leadership and a little bit more veteran flavor to the groups, and that being one of them. So we're not going to be a completed team until we get to the end of summer with a bunch of new additions here at the end of April, early May, as we head into summer with the portal on.
Marcis, he's one of the returning backs for you. He played few snaps last year. What are you looking for him to just kind of step into more of a contributing role?
Yeah, I mean, starts physically, getting a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little stronger. He's only been in the playbook for 6 months now, so that helps get used to the coaching, the playbook, the schemes. Scheme's not going to change a ton with Coach Chapin leaving and Coach Anderson hopping in the chair. It'll be tweaked, but it won't change. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Just continually. He's kind of a reps guy. The more reps he gets, the more confidence he gets, the better we are. Much like the Idaho game last year, where that was really his full, extensive, action up to that point. That was mid to late year, and so he stepped up in a big way. He plays bigger than he is. He's going to help us on special teams, and from a standpoint, I'd like to see him be more of a leader, be a little bit more vocal, and I think that'll come with time.
You have all three of the starting linebackers are gone, but Miles was in the top 10 of tackles last year. What kind of same thing? What do you expect him to sort of take a more leadership role for that unit?
Yeah, just making the plays you're supposed to make and making a few that maybe aren't anticipated you to make. That's where the best players are, in my opinion, no matter what position. If you make the plays you're supposed to make, that's what you're supposed to do. Make some of them you aren't anticipating, others aren't anticipating you to make. That's the difference between good and great, in my opinion. And just understanding the nuances of the defense. This is round 2 for the defense in terms of year 2 with Coach Sanders, and we've took some stuff out. We've added some stuff. We've got some new bodies. We got to find out what we're really, really good at, and part of that is just getting used to, getting very familiar with the playbook, and being able to coordinate the other 10 guys in the field from his perspective at the linebacker position.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.